Hello, business building warrior. Welcome to Silent Sales Machine Radio, the podcast that features hundreds, not exaggerating, hundreds of interviews with successful students who have followed the training course called Proven Amazon Course, available at provenamazoncourse.com. There's a link at silentjimdotcom to that course and to some other things that we offer around here. A lot of good free resources. If you've never checked that out, go check it out. We'll also have links in the show notes to everything we discussed today. Today, we're going to have yet another guest. And this is a student in our community who's only been with us about a couple years, I think he said at this point. But he's built a beautiful business. He's selling tens of thousands of dollars a month at nice profit margins. He shares all the numbers and details simply by sourcing retail products online in stores and selling them on Amazon. He's growing a beautiful team. He has a goal to get to $100,000 per month soon, and he's well on his way. He's a fan of 3P Mercury, which you'll hear us talk about. That, of course, is the tool that will help you automate the entire workflow of your Amazon reselling business. It's the greatest automation tool that we've seen in the industry to date. The whole workflow, helping you manage your catalog. What it's allowing people to do is have a massive catalog of products that they're tracking, and that the software does the heavy lifting as far as telling you which products you should go buy more of, when it's a good time to get in and out of the ASINs. And that's just one of dozens of great automation features that takes a lot of the pain and the headache out of running a reselling business. It's wildly popular in our community. And our guest today, Daniel Kase, he is a user of that product as well. You'll hear him talk about it. He came to our conference recently. He talks a lot about that, our community, what makes it different. He's just a raving fan of everything that we do around here. He says he can't imagine his life being any better. He gets to be home, flexible hours. He's making good money. He doesn't sugarcoat the fact that there's work involved. We've never sugarcoated that fact around here. This is a real business. And just like anything else worth having in life, it's going to require some focused effort. It's going to require work. I don't care if you're talking about being healthy, or if you're talking about having good relationships, if you're talking about anything in life worth having, it's going to take work. Having a business is no different. But the beautiful thing here is, and we talk about this more, so I won't hit this point too long. We talk about it in the episode, is you've got a path and a strategy that's been laid out for you into an arena that is rapidly expanding with new opportunity, literally by the hour. This blue ocean is expanding so fast. And we spent a good amount of time today talking about how Daniel, in his own words, says there's great product everywhere he looks. And I don't disagree with him. The real challenge is managing your cash flow, building good systems. Challenge is not finding good inventory to sell, because it literally is everywhere once you see the opportunity through the proper lens. Let's see what else we talked about today. Here we go. Oh, he uses some tools that we mentioned. We talk about those. I'll put links to all that in the show notes, so you don't have to scribble anything down as we're going. And I think that's a pretty good introduction to my conversation with Daniel today. But it was encouraging for me. I think it's going to be encouraging for you as well, especially when you consider the fact that we've been doing this. I'm coming up on 24 years of e-commerce, right about 24 years. We've got the longest running e-commerce coaching program in the world. Our coaches are students, kind of like Daniel, who you're about to meet, who have a teacher's heart. They've succeeded with our systems, and they have a few extra hours per month or per week to work one-on-one with other students in our community who want to go further faster. If that's something you're interested in, call our office, get in touch with us. Let's have a half-hour free consultation to talk about you, where you're at, what resources you have, and let's map out a course. Let's chart it out from where you are now to where you want to be and see how we can help. Maybe that's getting a coach. Maybe that's just some free resources that we have readily available, such as our podcast, our Facebook group, and a lot of other content that we just pass out for free. I promise we're going to leave you better than we found you if you reach out to us and have a conversation. We've got a team of people that are consultants. They work with our business clients, and they work with our coaching students who are considering coaching as well. They're there available for you. While they're working on our Amazon projects, they're also working with our prospects who are saying, do I want to do this coaching thing? What resources do you have for me? Happy to do it. It's a free phone call. You can go to silentjim.com/book a call, all one word, book a call. And that gets you on our schedule. Or you can just go to that website, silentjim.com/book a call. There's a phone number right there. You can text us as well. We'd love to have a conversation with you about this rapidly expanding opportunity. And Daniel, that you're about to meet, is just the latest volunteer from our student base to say, yeah, I'll come on the show and share my story. I love you guys. Never ending flow of students raising their hand and saying that. It's a pretty cool position to be in. It happens because we truly do care. We're very good at what we do, and we've got the evidence all around us. So let's jump into this interview. I hope it inspires and encourages you. Enjoy. So Daniel, welcome to Silent Sales Machine Radio. Good to see you, man.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks for having me. I'm so honored, honestly.
Absolutely. It's my honor as well. I say all the time, it's the favorite part of the job I do around here is meeting the students from the community and hearing about their businesses. So, well, let's get into it if you're ready. Let's get into your story.
Sure. Let's do it. I was working, this is 2016. It was, a little bit before that, but I was working for a web development company, and it moved to Colorado, which normally wouldn't matter because it's online anyway. But I was kind of done with it, and I moved on, and I had some money saved up. And I was like, I got to do something. So I saw this, it was for eBay lister, listing products like $3, per listing. So I went and did that for like a day and a half. And I'm like, well, why am I doing this for this guy? Why am I not doing it myself? Right. So I went to, and this is like the funny story. I went to Bell's, an outlet store, and I had a huge sale, and I spent I think it was $8.13. I wish I still had the receipt, but I don't. And I got all these polo shirts. It was crazy. So I listed them on eBay, and I was hooked. They sold really fast, and I was like, "That's it, I'm in." So I went full time. I just dropped everything and just put all my money into eBay inventory. And I did 6 figures my first year over at eBay. It was great. And then there was a lot of issues with PayPal. There's always kind of things going on there. But I still sell on eBay.
Yeah, I do too.
But I did. Yeah, and it's great. It's good. It's good. It's a low barrier to get in there for sure. You can make, instead of making 20 off 100 like we do, or whatever we try to anyway, you make 100 off 10. So your money goes a long way on eBay.
The sales just don't come as often, but yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely not volume like Amazon. And finally, I was just like, I'm done with eBay. I want to go full time to Amazon. I was watching some YouTube videos, the people giving bad advice, and I was listening, and it was like I was, after so many times of trying what they say to do and it didn't work, I was like, I'm just going to do it my way. But I committed to a full year. I said, if you're going to do it, you're going to put a full year into it, no matter what happens. I actually took a loan out so that I could. Anybody shouldn't do this, by the way. Wow. But I was so confident in myself that I took a loan out so that I could live off through the year and just build this up and reinvest every dollar. So I didn't take, I just started paying myself maybe 2 months ago. So and I started June of 24. So I went, 10, 11 months without even a dime.
Just pouring it all back into the business. Yeah.
Pouring it all back into the business. And I think that's how I was able to scale as fast as I was.
Sure.
So yeah, I love it. I love my life, honestly. Amazon is great.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Tell me your routine.
I work overnight. So I just actually hired a VA, kind of like a manager, actually, like a month and a half ago. But I work overnight. I work from like 11 to 7 or 10 in the morning. So I'm in the weird hours. But to him, he's in Pakistan. So it's like 7, 8 in the morning. Right. But we work together, and, I have him searching just for replens. And I search for like the bigger sales and stuff that are going on, the high ROI stuff. I think in the beginning for new people, finding those high ROI items are key to stretching your dollar, making it go as far as it possibly can. And that's what I focused on anyway. I still focus on. But
so how big is your catalog, and what categories are you in?
Oh man, I'm in every category. Just like you, pretty much, I like your strategy, like inch deep, mile wide, right?
Mile wide, yeah. Oh, we've been saying
I like that.
Quarter inch deep, 10 miles wide. Like, don't overcommit to anything.
Yeah, and the thing is, I do have some that I'm kind of deep in. One, I have like a couple hundred units. Yeah. When I was back in not that long ago, a few months ago, I had 700 units of stuff, and now I know that's scary. Like if I got stuck with 700 units, and I'd be good. But I sell a lot of knives. I sell boring stuff. I sell
Yeah.
boring stuff that people need. I don't sell the flashy. I don't care about the Nike. I don't care about any of that.
Right. Right.
I don't care if I've ever heard of the brand before.
Right.
If the data's there,
It's just an ASIN, right? It's
that's right.
just another
And I
ASIN.
think that's really important for new people to understand is that it doesn't matter what it is that you're selling. If the numbers justify selling it, then sell it.
Hmm.
If it's especially if it's light and small and you can ship it easily. I know a lot of people
Whatever.
get
Yeah.
they get like discouraged, and I hope that they give it a shot.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Well,
worth
me
it.
too. It's, of all the business models I've been exposed to over my 20 plus years of full-time e-commerce, I haven't seen anything like this as far as predictable, scalable. There's the only barrier to entry is, are you willing to learn a few new skills? You willing to put a little bit of money into it and wade into this thing? If you try to create shortcuts and do it your bigger, better, faster way, you're going to make mistakes. But if you're willing to go at a pace that our training kind of takes you through, man, there's really, what do you got to lose? And you can
Yeah,
follow the
I think you
people
guys
up.
are great.
Thanks.
I found you guys. I love the group. It's amazing. And I was at the 2025 Proven Conference thanks to you,
Oh,
and
cool.
that was just amazing. That was
In
just
Orlando.
amazing.
Talk a little
Yeah,
bit about the community and the conference a little bit. I want to hear your feedback, man.
oh yeah, that was great. I mean, there was so many different things going on. I think I heard you say like 50 different sessions or something, but
Hmm.
I don't know. Everybody goes to different, whatever they're interested in because there's so much going on. I had a great time. I learned a lot about AI, and yeah, it was just good. I set up a prep center while I was there too. I hooked up with a prep center, Galen Williams in Oregon, tax-free state.
Hmm.
But I've kind of scaled back from that now as well because I've kind of changed now. I'm starting to sell a lot of smaller like parts and stuff,
Right.
so like replacement parts. So I can fit like 200 units in a box, so it does not worth paying, each unit to do it. So
Right. Yeah. Because most preps are set up to per unit cost. And like, I could do that
yeah,
myself in half an hour, just dump them in there kind of thing. Yeah. I got you.
yeah.
Right.
But I am thinking about hiring. Well, I'm going to hire somebody to do my packing here probably in the next 2 months or so.
Smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my mottos is stop touching box tape, man. At the moment, your business can afford it. uh,
But it's cool because I can create a local job too, and
yep.
just like,
That's right.
you know,
I love it.
give back a
Well,
little bit.
share some of your numbers, man, if you're comfortable with it. I didn't talk to you
Yeah,
beforehand,
sure.
but whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I'll do at least 30,000 this month. I've been going up, I would say at least 10% a month, could be a little higher. I might take a little slide back this month, but I don't really think so. Just because I've changed, like I said, I'm changing the stuff that I'm selling, but it's going to be a faster turnover, you know,
Right.
3-time turnover instead of 1-time turnover
Yeah.
per month.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Which really adds up. Yeah. You're
yeah,
sometimes people are like, well, my ROI was only 40%, but you're turning your money over 8,
yeah.
12, 15 times a year, man, if not more. That adds up. Yeah.
And that's something that I'm just learning myself because I was like I said, I'm the high ROI guy. Like I want 100 ROI, 100% ROI, 100 or higher than 100% ROI. And those are out there. They're everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're
Yeah.
literally everywhere.
They
But
absolutely are everywhere. Well, I like that you say that because I say that all the time too. And then I try to demonstrate, and show how to use Keepa and different search strategies. You can go to a retail store, you can go to websites, you can
mhm.
use online research tools. Keepa, of course, is the foundational tool.
Oh yeah, you can't do anything without Keepa.
Yeah, that's
Like
where I
if
start.
you could only have one, it would have to be Keepa, I would think.
Mhm. Yeah,
Otherwise, you're
all the
gonna
historical data they've got that no one else has.
yeah. You have your variations where one variation sells 500 times a month and the other one sells none.
Hmm.
Like another like a neon green or something. It doesn't sell as
Nobody
much.
wants it. Yeah.
Not to say those aren't good though.
Yeah, I
But
love
so
variation listings. I think they get overlooked and
oh
ignored
yeah,
because people are sometimes confused by them. But that's where your ever expanding skill set comes into play. I've been doing
sure,
this as
sure.
long as anyone, and I'm learning new things, at least one or two new things about just Keepa alone every week.
Yeah.
I did a new search over this weekend that I was like, why have I never thought of this before? This is ridiculous. And just ASIN after ASIN after ASIN that's going in our catalog. Fill me in, man. How do you research? You're saying you're finding product everywhere. Like, give us some insights, man,
Yeah.
without giving away any of your
Well,
specific products, obviously.
well, I just want to say first that I did just yesterday get 3P Mercury because we are building probably about 80 ASINs a month just without that. without even having that benefit. So,
You're going to
um,
love that.
yeah.
Yeah, the ability to manage a large catalog. You said you're finding 80 ASINs a month, man. You're just
Mhm.
you're set to you're going to be
80
hitting.
and 80 sending in 80. Yeah, yeah. We find a lot more that aren't my criteria, but that's right now they're not my
Wow. So
criteria.
you're testing 80 new winners a month,
Yeah, 80. 80, you
dude.
know.
Yeah, you're going to
Yeah.
be at
And at least
50,
uh,
70,000 a month in no time, dude. That's awesome.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's the goal. The goal is at least 100, to start, and then 100 a month.
Hmm.
And then if I can, I think it's once you get to like 10,000 a month, like once you hit that, it's just once you prove to yourself, I think is what it is. Once you prove to yourself you can hit that number, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to get to the higher numbers now. You know what you're doing.
Absolutely. You just adding a comma and zeros, man. You're just scaling up your system. You used to put in 100, now you're putting in $1,000 instead. You're finding more ASINs. Your catalog was 500 ASINs. Now it's 3,000 ASINs. You just kept finding more. And they obviously come and go, they die off.
Sure.
But something you're going to love about 3P Mercury, though, is how it starts helping you track which ASINs you should be paying attention to and sorting and saying, okay, well, I've got
Yeah.
$1,000 to spend today. Where should I put it? Boom. Here you go. Here's the ones that look great.
You're right.
Yep. Then
More ASINs than money you have.
start with how much money you want to put in and say, where's the best place to put it? Here's my catalog. Yeah, you're just going to have so much fun with 3P. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait for that. But I also want to stress, like, people just need to, like, when I first started, I get it, like, because I'm still new, right? Like, I'm just over a year, a little bit, but I feel like I've come a long way. I mean, I know a lot, and I think what other people don't understand also is this is a high income skill. Like, if you can do this, you're going to make money forever. You can go into so many different other things. Like, yeah, I'm planning to go into consulting, but only with businesses that want to do business with me exclusively.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another, but that's just a spin-off of something else that I can do from learning this. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. I want to
it's just
get
great.
into specifically how you search and find all your new ASINs in just a
Okay,
second. But you opened up a new
sure.
exciting subject that I want to loop, draw a little line around here
Okay,
and hit real quick. And then we're going to get back over to that. Okay.
sure.
So you just mentioned consulting
Mhm.
and you phrased it very well. This is a high income skill set that you've got here. You can use it in many different directions. One of the
Sure.
modules inside the Proven Amazon course is the PPP. We call it the Proven Product Partnering course. It teaches you how to approach brands and say, hey, looks like you're struggling on Amazon a little bit. I know what I'm doing. I'm in a community that lives, eats, sleeps, breathes Amazon all day, every day. Let me help you out for a small cut of sales. You'd be shocked how many brands say, okay, yeah, take a shot, man. We hate Amazon. We hate dealing with it. We don't know what we're doing.
Right.
And you just sign up a book of those. Now you're diversified, right?
Hmm.
You've got complete
And you're
diversification.
protected.
And it's
You're
still the same
protected.
skill. It's the same exact skill set you've been using all along, right?
That's what I mean. It's so great. I can't believe you do have to, man, you have to bust your ass. Excuse my language. You have to put the time in. You have to really want it because it takes, man, you got to search. I remember when I first started, I was searching 12, 16 hours a day, nothing, something, and then I wasn't barely sleeping. I'm like, I want to get back to it. And it was so exciting to me. And it still is exciting. It's amazing. Like, I can't every day. I'm like, I tell somebody else, I tell my daughter, I'm like, she just got married last month. I'm like, if anything happens to me, just tell people I love my life. I'm like, she's like, you already told me that. I'm like, I tell everybody.
That's awesome. Well, you've got something. It sounds to me like you've got something to compare it to, because that's where
Sure.
I am still 2 decades later, and I've got something I can contrast what I'm doing now
Right.
to where I was. If all you've ever known is liberty, flexibility, financial
Mhm.
security, that's all you've ever really had.
Definitely not.
It gets mundane. Maybe I mean, I
Right.
can imagine that for some people that becomes just their normal and it gets mundane. For me, no, dude. I
Right.
mean,
No.
I was raised with nothing, and then I worked my
Me too.
tail off to get a little bit of something I wasn't seeing my family ever, right?
Right.
And so to have this financial security, and I'm with my family, right, all day
Yeah.
every day, and I'm doing something I love, and I'm truly making a difference in other people's lives, you know,
You
yeah,
truly are. You
I'm
really
right
are.
there with you, man. So if you unpack that a little bit for me, I just told you my story based on what you said. Unpack that for me, for you.
Which part again?
You talk about how you love your life. Just unpack it, man. What
Oh
do you?
yeah, yeah. I mean, there was actually a comment that I answered in the Facebook group the other day, and it was somebody, I don't know who it was. I wouldn't call them out if if I knew, but they said, like, I can't find anything, and it's so frustrating. And I said, it's really sad because you're quitting before you're even starting.
Mm.
You can hear it in the voice, and I hate to see that because it's just so, oh, man, it's mind blowing to me how this skill is. So, I
How you
love it.
find?
I think
How are you
everybody.
finding stuff then?
How am I finding? I do a lot of manual sourcing. I go right to websites,
Hmm.
and I'll go to sometimes I'll go. Actually, I start at Be Frugal. If I'll be honest, I start at befrugal.com because that's a cashback site, and they have a lot of deals going on. I'm not going to give all my places, but I mean, there's a lot of places where you can start and go, and there's just products ready to go. Good products, high ROI products, high
Hmm.
profit products, margin. But yeah, like I said, I do mostly I'll go to specific stores, and as you know, most of when you start going, you end up going back to the same stores a lot. Familiar stuff like that. But I have my manager guy. He does all storefront stocking. And I never did that. And I just started doing it recently. I'm like, wow, this actually works.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I do it.
Storefront
And I
stalking.
have,
Describe to listeners what you're talking about when you say that.
oh, so you go into, you can do this with or without. I have a lot of tools, but like with Seller Amp, you can go and you can click on like if you open a page or whatever, and you're looking at all the metrics, and you click on the actual FBA seller, FBM seller, it opens up their whole store. So you see everything that they're selling. So you can just go through there and just not only if you can either find that exact product or you can rabbit trail into, you find another product because you're looking for that product. It's just like never ending. So it's kind of crazy to me. I get it, but it's kind of crazy to me when people say, I can't find anything. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like,
Mhm.
there's so much out here.
Typically, what they mean when they say that for newer sellers, this might challenge some people, is they have such a narrow definition of what a winning ASIN looks like
Sure, sure.
that there isn't much. The visual I like to create for people, I don't know how much of above buy box stuff you do, Daniel, but the thing I like to convince people of is to think that there's 200 plus warehouses in Amazon's network, 200 plus.
Mm.
And when shoppers shop, they are not shopping all 200 warehouses. Most shoppers, many at least, maybe if not the majority close to it, shop only the warehouse nearest them,
Yeah, you can
looking
get it within
for
hours.
options because they can get it so fast, right?
Hmm.
So when people look at an ASIN and go, "Oh, there's already 8 people selling that," and "Oh man, there's already, you know, 30 units of inventory sitting out there." Well, that 30 units are spread out across 200 warehouses.
Sure.
And shoppers shopping in, say, Tampa, Florida, with 0 units on the shelf, they don't have a fast option because nobody sent it in. I call those the understocked ASINs.
Yeah.
And at any given time, I provide proof of this all the time. There's between 2 and 3 million completely unstocked or understocked, severely understocked ASINs that are popular, fast selling, easily sourced items. The list will be different tomorrow. Every day, 2 to 3 million products and climbing rapidly. Look at the trend line.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
There's just
wild
so
to
much
me.
empty shelf space out there for even the most popular products. So the problem they have is what they're doing is they're scanning a barcode and going, oh, this sells for $20 at Walmart. And look over at Amazon and go, oh, the buy box for my zip code right now is $20. There's no money there. And they get depressed.
Mhm.
That's the wrong lens. It's too narrow.
You're right. Sure. I mean, there's so many things that make a product good. I mean, actually, I remember the podcast I was listening to is how the sales rank changed and stuff a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yep.
That was your last podcast that was up,
Yeah.
and
Grant and
yeah, I was like,
Brian.
I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was Jimmy. Maybe it was the other gentleman saying it's not really going to affect how I source because, sales rank tells you a lot already. I mean, if you're under 150, you're going to sell some stuff.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I'll buy some slower moving items that are like 100 plus 200 ROI, and that's fine. It sells like 9 times a month. Okay, I'll take it
Yep.
because
Yep.
I'm mixing it in. I mix my
Mhm.
products, my fast moving ones that are a little bit lower ROI, my slower moving ones that are extremely high ROI. That way I can meet in the middle somewhere. And I think I'm around like 70% ROI at the moment and like a 20, almost 25% margin.
That's
So
awesome, dude. 25% net. That's great. Yep. And as you build
yeah,
out your systems and add team, that number might shrink a little bit, but I'd rather have
right.
20% of a business that's doing 200,000 a month versus 25% of a 30,000,
Yeah,
say, right? Because
sure.
as you scale, you can have people and tools, right? But that's going to allow you to manage an even bigger catalog, and you're going to be touching
Right.
box tape even less, that sort of thing, right? By any chance,
That's
have
what
you
I
heard
can't
of,
wait for.
oh yeah, well, you'll get there, man. You'll get there. Keep
Yeah,
finding more ASINs. That's the path forward, right? And
definitely.
managing them efficiently. That's really all there is to this business. Keep finding more
Absolutely.
ASINs and manage them effectively, meaning you're not letting any of them slip through the radar when it's time to go buy more. You got good
Right.
software telling you is what we have now with 3P Mercury. But have you
Mhm.
have you heard the story by any chance of the student of ours who hopped on an ASIN that had 200 sellers on it already?
Oh, where he sold all of them out like real quick above
Yeah,
the
in a
buy
few
box.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of the podcasts. Yeah.
I love to tell that story when people say, "Oh, I can't find anything. I
Hmm.
can't find any." You're not looking the right way. And I know you heard this
Right.
story before, but I just want to share it with the listeners today.
Sure.
Maybe haven't. Real briefly, 200 sellers were already on this fast-moving product, and he hopped on it as the highest price of all of them, and sold 2,400 units in a few weeks. Now, that doesn't make any sense at all
No.
if you've got the improper perspective of what it means to be an Amazon seller.
Sure.
You're thinking, well, I got to buy low and sell high and sell it to buy box price, right? No, he didn't win the buy box one time.
Right.
He sold
He had
2,400 units.
location, right?
He sold 2,400 units without winning the buy box once.
Right.
Why?
That's amazing.
He was the fastest shipping option. It's that simple. Well,
Yeah.
how do you get to be
And
the
the most
fastest
expensive.
shipping option? The way you get to be the fastest shipping option is you send it into Amazon FBA.
Hmm.
All the other sellers on this fairly low priced product were thinking, oh, there's no profits FBA. I'm just going to ship it from my garage, merchant fulfilled. So just like I'd
Mm.
sold it on eBay. So he had virtually no competition in the warehouses. There were only a couple other FBA sellers and they didn't have very much inventory. So he went all in, sold
Yeah.
2,400 units in a few weeks as the highest priced seller with 200
Right.
competitors. So the reason I share that story frequently is because it absolutely destroys. What it does is, the visual I like to think of is when people say, "Oh, I can't find anything to sell." It's like they're looking through a little tiny peephole of a
Mm.
beautiful
Sure. Yeah.
landscape, and the rest of the window is all kind of blacked out. And what that story
Right.
does is it just throws a sledgehammer through that window. It's like, oh, wait, okay. Wait a second.
Hmm.
I haven't been thinking about this the right way. I've been looking through this little peephole, not seeing anything. And
Hmm.
now I see all of it. Yeah. So
So, but
that,
to answer your previous question about do I sell above the buybacks, I naturally sell above the buybacks because of my history with eBay.
yeah.
I'll start something at a higher price, and if it
All
doesn't
right.
sell, I'll lower it. So, but yeah, naturally I do that, and I get sales just like you guys do. I mean, above the buy box, quite frequently.
Yeah. Yeah. If
So
you're
it does
using
work.
FBA, there's no reason not
Yeah,
to.
I only sell FBA.
Yeah. Me too. Me too.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's no reason not to start high and see what happens. You got
right.
to let it sit there long
Exactly.
enough for it to get checked in because sometimes people get nervous 2 weeks in. Oh, I haven't sold anything. Probably not even checked in yet. It's not even eligible,
Right, right, right.
right? Wait till it's prime 2 day eligible. Now start the clock ticking. Give it 6 to 8 weeks, right? Yeah.
Well,
What's
it's
your
funny
strategy
because
there? When do you start lowering the price if you haven't got any
I'll
sales?
let it go for a few minutes because I have a repricer, so I'll set my min and max, and then if it hasn't moved in like a couple weeks or whatever, I'll go back and I'll look through everything, what's changed, and this is actually something I'm going to be delegating off soon, but I'll see what's ready to go and what I'm ready to take a little bit less for,
Mhm.
and sure enough, you lower the prices, boom, it's gone.
Yep.
But like you were
Yep.
saying earlier, it's probably not checked in, so you could see your products there and you think they're there, but they're not. But then as soon as they get checked in, boom, 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 just sold immediately.
Yes.
So,
Yes. To shoppers who want speed.
right.
Yeah. That's why the higher prices work. Hey, sorry for the interruption. We'll get back to the episode in just a moment. I've got to tell you about today's great sponsor. You can find them at silentjim.com/buy or sell. And just like it sounds like, they can help you buy or sell an Amazon account. That's something you certainly do not want to do on your own. Never attempt a private transaction buying or selling an Amazon business. There's all kinds of ways you could mess it up. but there's a true pro, Aaron and his team at silentjim.com/buy or sell. They've been working with us for almost 4 years now, and they've helped hundreds of sellers buy seasoned Amazon accounts that help them with cash flow, category approvals, faster payouts, higher FBA inventory levels, limits, that sort of thing, solid reputations within Amazon's account scoring system. There's all kinds of reasons why you might want to consider buying an account. And also, if you've got an unused account, maybe you have more than one, you want to get rid of one, maybe you're taking a break from Amazon for a while, you've got a spare account, hey, you can reach out to them. They'll pay top dollar for your used Amazon selling accounts, and do it the right way so that you're not violating any policies. You can reach out to them at silentjim.com/buy or sell. Tell them we sent you. Thank them for being a great sponsor of this podcast. And let's get back to today's episode. Yes, to shoppers who want speed.
Right.
Yeah, that's why the higher prices work. There's so many shoppers. The way I like to say it, you've probably heard me say this before, but again, just to help the newer listeners out, today, millions of shoppers will pay far less than they're willing to have paid for items that will arrive later than they wish they could get them.
I'm no different.
We
I
all
want my
shop
stuff
that
in
way.
hours too.
Mm-hmm. If I got an option to get it here in 2 hours versus waiting 2 days, I'll pay more.
Sure.
Right? And people are willing to pay more. Mm-hmm. So that's the secret sauce, man.
Yeah, I just think I think people try to overcomplicate it too much. And I know, I get it, because everything new is so, it's different. You don't know anything. You don't know what you don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but once you get into it and you see, like, I think I started with like $2,000. And then immediately once I saw, I was just like, I just poured everything I had into it. I'm like, this is too good to be true.
Yep.
But
Well, I've talked to guys in real estate. They say, they're aware of no other investment that they've ever seen in any other business model that's like this.
Mm.
40%
no way you're gonna get that
ROI in real estate, people doing backflips. Here they complain.
Yeah, I know it. It's I'm only learning that now, though, is if it moves fast and it's a lower ROI, hop on it, because as soon as it hits, you're going to be out.
Yep, turning. And more transactions means more trust from Amazon, more momentum in your entire catalog. Yeah, I
have a funny story, actually.
Yeah,
about I see a lot of people in the group talking about being gated for everything, and everybody's been there, and I remember, I was selling whatever. I couldn't sell a lot, just like anybody else. I just scraped together whatever I could get, and I just knew one day it was going to open up. And one day I tried to do something that I never could get. I was trying to ungate something I never could get before, and it opened up, and I was like, no way. I spent the whole weekend I thought it was broken. So I was like ungating everything for like 16 hours. I'm just ungating everything I can. And it wasn't broken. They trust me now, they opened it up.
Yeah.
And that happens.
How far into your journey were you at that point? How many transactions would you estimate you had, or how many weeks had you been selling, or months?
Yeah, probably a couple months.
Months in.
I had a little bit of an aged account too, though. So I opened it in like 2018 when I first started, or 2017.
Hadn't done much with it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Well, I've heard
I don't know
not really.
I don't think that helped.
Ungating is not based on how long you've had your account. It's the trust you've earned based on the recent transactions you've had. That's what gets you ungated. So yeah, we've been telling people, with the exception of the fourth quarter where the restrictions go up a little bit and everybody freaks out. It's funny. I've seen it 10 years in a row now. About mid-November, I can't get ungated in anything. This is terrible. And it lasts through December into January a little bit. And then finally people stop complaining about early February. It's like, oh yeah, okay, well, I'm getting ungated and everything again. That's because Amazon really locks down for the holidays.
Tighten it up.
They don't want some clown coming in and selling Legos and ruining Christmas,
Right.
They're not going to ungate new people during those 4 months.
Yeah.
But then
No.
But then once you get outside that window, yeah, you sell a few dozen items, you get 50 transactions or so on something you are ungated.
Yeah, and then it'll start opening up.
Yep.
And then there's so many brands and so many products. I mean, you're talking millions of brands, billions of products.
Yeah,
I mean,
1.4 billion products tracked by Keepa.
By Keepa, yeah.
Yeah, alone. And there's more than that, but that's just the ones Keepa's track, with more coming on every day. Which would take us, like 35 years to glance momentarily at each of them.
Right.
Like, come
I
on.
think I heard you say today, like 32 years or something by like 1 second each
Yeah.
ASIN.
That's how long it takes you to count to a billion. Yeah. We're at 1.4
Yeah.
now. So, yep. That's pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
It's amazing.
Yeah. The
But I
opportunities.
love your strategy with your Keepa strategies where you're like, I think that I haven't utilized it myself yet. I think I'll be able to. I think with 3P Murky, I might even get into it more, like Amazon A2A flips and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a little scared to do them just because, I don't want anything to happen to my account. I'm doing too well, so like I don't want
Yep.
anything to,
Yep.
mess it up. But
Well, since you brought that
I have
up,
a business. Good.
there's no risk whatsoever as long as you're buying directly from Amazon itself and you're not using your Prime discount. So set up a separate business account, like you're a shopper through a business account. Use that to buy. Don't sign up for Prime discounts on that account.
Gotcha.
Okay, don't make it a Prime account, just a straight business account.
Mhm.
That way, you've never bought anything using a Prime discount, and and you're not buying from you're not buying from anyone except Amazon itself. Don't buy from a
Amazon
third
has to be
party
the
seller.
seller, right?
Yeah, Amazon
Gotcha.
has to be the seller, and you're not using your Prime discount. Other than that, all day, every day, Amazon doesn't care because if you're audited by Amazon, they say, "Hey, show us where you got your inventory." I'm like, well,
I
I
got it from
got it
you.
from you. Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's not counterfeit, right? They're not going to
Right.
accuse you of counterfeit there. And you didn't use
Mhm.
your Prime discount, what does go against their policies. But they encourage people to
Yeah.
sell things on their site. They encourage people, hey,
Really?
you bought a book, you're done with it, sell it, right? You bought something, didn't
Sure.
open it, sell it. They tell shoppers this stuff all the time. Hey, you got one like this, sell it. Now, as resellers, we know if we don't have a great receipt or a history of
Right.
paperwork, I'm not going to sell stuff I got for Christmas from my
Mhm.
cousin on it. I'm never going to
It's
do
not
it.
worth it.
It goes on eBay. Dude, I'm not going to take that risk.
Sure.
But the point I'm
Mhm.
making is Amazon doesn't mind if people buy stuff from their site and then sell it back on their site. They encourage it, right?
Oh,
So
this is
you're
going to
not,
open up a lot of doors for me now. I'm going to be A to A. All tonight, I'm going to be A to A.
oh, you're going to,
I'm
well,
going to
the
create
A
that
to A
new business
class
account.
that we just went through is blowing people's minds, man. There's so many great ways. There's so many ASINs out there. You think of these ASINs where, oh man, Amazon came along and tanked the price, man. They're charging a third of what everyone else is. Everyone's like, oh, that stinks. And they go like, no, buy some. Buy
Yeah,
some.
I tell people that, or at least my guy, I'm like, products, and I point them out all the time. To me, at least, what I've seen, what I've noticed is products have a life cycle.
Yes,
They
they all
go,
do.
they're doing well, and then all of a sudden, 20 people are on it. So the count goes up, the price goes down, but then eventually, if it's selling at $7, and then that last person drops off, the guy that was selling it for 14.99 is now the lowest price,
Yep.
and then it just starts all over again.
Yep. Well,
So
that's what 3P Mercury tracks those cycles automatically. Seller count and price increase, which is just one way to do the business, right? I mean, there's so many ways to
mhm,
do it, but one
sure,
easily predictable way is show me those ASINs in my catalog where the price is rising and the seller count is dropping. I'm
yep.
going to buy some of those and send them in. You do that all day, every day.
And then
It can
I
be
also
that
love.
simple.
I'm sorry.
It can be
Yeah,
that
no, I
simple.
also love because I think about I go back and I just think about all the things I hear, and I read. I try to get in there and as much as I can, but it's just it's just overcomplicated. It's just overcomplicated. People just they mess it up in their mind,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. It's an abundance of opportunities that can become overwhelming. You
Right.
become very easily distracted. The people who are doing really, really well have kind of just focused in on their one strategy, one or two, and they've gotten really good. They've mastered it, and they've mastered the resulting relationships as well. Right?
Sure. Relationships are very important.
Like we got one guy in our group. His approach to replens is he only works with local businesses. He only sources from local manufacturers.
That's
And
good.
he just begs and begs to decide, I'm going to go direct to you. I want to buy a bunch of product. And he just negotiates ridiculously low prices. He doesn't care what the buy box does and what other sellers do. He's got the lowest price that didn't have to ship anywhere, right? That's his whole strategy. That's
Yeah,
great.
you can beat everybody
Yeah. I could
if you
rattle
want.
off 50 strategies like that, though. And all of them, any one of them could lead to a beautiful business. But I think what
Oh
people
yeah.
do sometimes, to your point, is I'm going to do a little of this. I'm going to do a little of that. Then I'm going to flip over here and try that for a while. Then
Yeah.
I'm going to try, oh, that looks fun. And meanwhile, they're abandoning all these, they were inches from striking
Right.
gold. And like
Right
they
at the
got,
precipice.
Shiny object syndrome gets them.
I heard some saying the other day. I think it was a Japanese saying. It was like, "He who tries to catch two rabbits catches no rabbits."
Mm-hmm.
So I focus, on Amazon. I don't even try to venture out. Consulting may be a little different. I still have some free time, but Amazon, I don't try to venture out too much because I have other plans that I want to do.
Yeah, of
There's
course.
other things that I want to do as well, but the foundation is Amazon and
Well,
building that
the
up.
multiple income streams, which I'm all about. I
Mm.
mean, I wrote the book on it
Oh
over
yeah,
20 years ago. And one of the things I try to drive into people's minds as early as I can, and I repeat it as frequently as I can, multiple income streams isn't running around like a chicken with your head cut off trying to keep all these
right.
plates spinning. It's bolting down one system at a time, staying
Hmm.
focused, intense, focused effort on one specific strategy. You bring in the necessary team to continue running that process profitably.
Yep.
Then you merge yourself slowly out of it.
Hmm.
Make sure it's
That's how a
sticky.
business should run, right?
Exactly. You're a business owner. You're not the technician in there running the day to day. A book that
Right.
illustrates that really well is called the E Myth by Michael Gerber, the entrepreneur myth. The myth is if I'm good at making pies, well, I could have a great bakery. Well, no, that's two different skill sets. Owning a business
Sure.
is different. You got to know how to build systems, put good people in place. That's the multiple income stream journey. And one of the other truths is as you're adding new streams, you want them to be complementary to each other, not completely
Oh
random and
yeah,
all over the map. Because now your relationship network is the web that holds all this together, right?
definitely.
That person you're talking to is like, hey, I want to help you get your brand on Amazon. Well, what qualifies you to do that? Well, I've got a successful Amazon selling business. Oh, okay. Well,
Right.
right. So it's this snowball rolling downhill of to the point where, in our organization, the phone is ringing with more opportunity than we know how to deal with, which is a legitimate problem because saying no
It
all day,
is.
every day takes time.
Hmm.
And
It
it hurts
does.
feelings sometimes, right? But you get to that point because the snowball is like, okay, you're an influencer in this space. You've been doing it a while. You got all the connections and contacts, right? And it comes with its own set of challenges, but it's
Sure.
chock full of opportunities because they all interconnect. Everything I do boils down to I'm using the internet creatively to launch and grow multiple income streams, and I'm teaching other people how to do the same thing. It all fits in that arena, right? Stay focused, man.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. My eyes on the prize. I work. I have time. I only spend time with my family, basically. Like,
Okay,
my daughter, all the kids and stuff are out of the house. So it's just me and my wife here, and it's just a great life. I don't know.
that's awesome.
I just
What do
love
you
it.
do besides work? What do you do besides work? Like, what's your? Give me your schedule.
I'll go hang out. Like my daughter will come over Saturday mornings and hang out for a few hours. We'll go do
Yeah,
something or whatever, and
yeah.
I'll hang out with my stepsons, or just hang out with family. I have like one other person to hang out besides family, and yeah, I'm just fine with that because I'll sit in the house all day. I don't mind. I live in Florida. It's hot outside anyway. So,
I was
but
gonna
yeah, I like to
guess you're a
stay in.
Florida kind of
Yeah,
vibe guy, man.
nice,
A lot of
nice.
the happiest
Yeah,
people I know, the most laid back. It's almost that island vibe almost of this like, yeah, man, life's beautiful. You don't
I
get
love
those
Florida.
5 days of gray weather like we do up here in the Midwest, man.
Nah,
Unless it's
it
a
rains every day
hurricane.
for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
hurricane.
Yeah, you in Central Florida. Where you at?
I'm in Dunedin, which is I guess the closest thing would be like Tampa, Clearwater.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just north of Clearwater, so
sure. Yeah,
but
love the
yeah, I
love
live in
the
a
area.
nice little community. It's great. It's really great. I love it.
That's beautiful, man. Well, I'm so glad you're part of the community. Well, what else is on your mind? Any questions for me? Any tips you wanted to share with the listeners? Anything
Yes.
else? I wouldn't mind hearing how you use Keepa,
Okay.
if you don't
I'll do
mind.
both of those.
'Cause I think we
But I just
kind of
want to
left
say
that
this
out.
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to leave this out for the newer people is don't be scared to get on like if you see only FBM listing, only FBM people on that listing and it's not a hazmat product, get on that listing. Like
Jump
if
on
it's
it.
profitable, you're going to be able to sell it for more, you're going to sell it
High
faster.
price.
Yeah, so I just want to get that out there. And also, when the buy box is suppressed, I know that people get scared of that. I sell a lot of that. I don't care. It doesn't matter at all to me. I don't even think about it.
Yeah.
It's not
Have you
even a
heard my
thought in my
definition
head.
of what a suppressed buy box means? By
I
any
can't
chance?
remember, but
When Amazon suppresses the buy box, meaning you can't see it's that broken pink line on a Keepa chart,
right,
right?
right.
Amazon keeps hiding the buy box. What Amazon's basically shouting to anyone who knows how to hear is hey, sellers, we really don't like how much money shoppers are willing to pay for this product.
Yeah.
That's what it
Yeah.
means.
It's true.
Yeah, that's what it's
Free market, though. It should be.
exactly. Hey,
People will
thanks for
pay what they
telling me.
pay.
I'm going to go sell a high price on that ACE and FBA.
Yeah, definitely. So I do it. I guess I do it. I do it the same as everybody, just a little different. But I mean, basically Keepa is just predicting the future, but with data. Like I never buy anything. I'm like, oh, am I going to sell that? No, I already know I'm going to sell that because the data is there. So I'll go back, and if something has been out of stock, I'll come across items there's no stock whatsoever, and I'll jump on that immediately because why not? There's nobody that has it. If somebody doesn't think that, I don't even know how many people Amazon gets a month or whatever. It's got to be like a billion or billions of searches or whatever. If you don't think out of billions of searches you can't sell one or two T-shirts, you're crazy. You're gonna sell it. So that's why I say I like some of those slower moving, higher ROIs because I know they're going to sell. It doesn't matter. And I
Yeah.
have those other ones, to keep it going.
Yep. Everything sells eventually. So, I love how you describe Keepa kind of helping you predict the future. It is,
Mm-hmm.
it minimizes the risk that you put on your capital. I want to take as small a risk as possible for the greatest possible return. And
Exactly.
Keepa opens up the catalog and say, well, here's the underserved shelf space. Here's the stuff that there's just not enough of. There's only a handful of sellers. We could have, 50 sellers on this
Yeah.
thing because it's flying off the shelf and there's only a few. Hop on it, send in a few, price it high. I love that you've
Mm-hmm.
naturally gravitated to that. So many people have this misconception. They think, man, I got to win the buy box. I got to win the buy
Mm-hmm.
box. Most of the
Don't.
sales we make are above buy box. Most, very rarely. When we go down to buy box, it's because we've kind of given up on
Right,
that
right.
asset.
That's the that's your that's your settling
That's
at
my
the buy
worst
box
case
price.
scenario. It's like,
Yeah,
we had to
that's
sell it in buy box, settle for 30% ROI.
oh darn.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's the relief valve on that ace. And it's okay, let's get our money back.
I mean,
Uh,
if that's the worst case scenario, I mean, you're in good shape. And that's
yeah,
how I play it too. Like
yeah,
I'll send things in. This is me personally right now at this stage. I'm sure things will change, but I don't buy anything under 50% ROI. And that's just how I do it. Like I said, I'm sure it will change, especially with volume. And it's
mhm,
always a money game, a cash flow issue.
right.
It just is. Like
It
it's not
quickly
unique to
becomes,
me.
yep, exactly that. It's just a cash flow
Yeah,
game. Yep,
yeah, it
rolling
is.
your money over as
But
fast as you can.
yeah,
Mhm.
but the game is amazing. If anybody can get in it, there's no other. I mean, yes, it does cost more money than say eBay or something, but I mean, once you get going, I mean, it's a very low barrier to entry to get in, and you do it from your couch. Where I mean, you can make seven figures from your couch. Like, what else can you do to do that? That's
Yep.
legal anyway. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah. You're exactly right. In a rapidly expanding, actually the fastest growing sector, business sector in the United States, retail sector, I meant, is e-commerce. Nothing else comes close. You look at hotel and travel and all the other different sectors. Nothing else is growing
Right.
anywhere near as real estate. Nothing's growing as fast as e-commerce. It's blowing everything away, and it's still tiny
It
compared
is.
to traditional retail. It's far less than
Mhm.
20% of retail is online.
Yeah,
Most people
Walmart
think
has
it's more.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Walmart dominates in that space and the Costco's and all
Mhm.
the walk-in stores where we go to source product, right? That's where all the money is still. But that
Yep.
pendulum is swinging and it's going to be 20,
Sure.
25, 30, 35%, in the next decade, 15 years. It's a rapidly growing, massive pool of opportunity. And somehow people still find a way to have limited thinking. I can't find anything. You're just not looking at the picture the right way. Yet you're hanging out with the wrong people or something.
Right. And that's from hearing people go, "Oh, it's oversaturated and blah blah blah." And I'm sure you've been hearing that. I've been hearing it since I've been in the
I've
in the
been hearing it for
business.
25 years.
Yeah.
I've been
So I
hearing it.
mean,
I,
it's
I heard eBay was saturated about 6 months into me even trying. This is 1999.
right.
It's like, oh, anybody can throw stuff on eBay. It's going to be saturated. I'm out. Yeah.
It's if anything, it's the opposite. I think if you what is that saying? It's like yesterday was the best time to get in or something like that, but
Oh yeah, we see all
the
this.
other best time is
There's
now or
two
something
great
like that.
times to start selling on
Yeah.
Amazon. A couple years ago or today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. If you get in today, you're golden. Like
Mhm.
I would say from what I've experienced, like it's only getting better for me anyway. Every day is like a better day. Like,
Yeah, that's
more
awesome.
like
I
you
love
said.
that perspective. And I can't disagree. I recorded a podcast episode here just less than a couple of weeks ago. It's already out that said, I think I can make a case that you're better off starting today than 5 years ago.
Right.
And one of the reasons I gave, and you've experienced some of this, you've been around long enough, is Amazon has slowly but surely been merging the concept of rules with rule enforcement.
Mm.
There's a lot more overlap now than there used to be. It used to be, here's the rules, but here's the ones we don't really enforce. So a
Mm.
lot of people got away with breaking those rules and building their business
Yeah.
around breaking those rules. And then here comes Amazon enforcing those rules suddenly, and everyone's screaming, oh no, what happened? They killed my business. No, they started enforcing the
Mm.
rules that have been there. So they've
Right.
clarified the rules and they're more consistently enforcing those rules. So if you start now, you got a pretty clear lanes. The road is
Yeah.
well.
You know exactly what's what.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
where the line is.
Mm-hmm. You know where the lines in the
Yeah.
sand are, and you can learn those,
Yeah.
and you can stay within policy. You don't have to worry about stuff you did 3 years ago that's outside of policy, and worry if they're going to
I
retroactively
know.
punish you for it.
I hear that. I hear those stories of they asked for a receipt from 2 years ago and stuff. And I'm like, well, I'm so glad that I didn't like start that way. Like I didn't, I follow the rules, I do,
Mm-hmm.
I do what I'm supposed to do, and I don't have any problems. And
Yeah,
I'm thankful for
exactly.
that. And
So you
I'm not
started
going
at
to
a good time. People who are starting now, there's just so much more clarity. Yeah, good stuff. Well, what else is on your mind, man? Anything else you wanted to dive into, or I think we had a good episode.
I'm excited. Like I said, I just, actually yesterday, I just finished building out. I don't know if I can say this on here about my website or not, but, is that cool?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, so it's crazygooddeals.com, and that takes you right to a consulting webpage where it explains everything that I'm, interested in offer and stuff like that. And yeah, I think it's going to be great. Like I said, I'm not going to do it with everybody. I'm not going to work with everybody. I'm going to work with brands that want to sell to me exclusively, at least for a period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Because what else? How am I going to be more passionate about if I have my own money invested in it?
Yeah.
Like if I'm investing in their products, I'm not charging them anything else. They're selling to me wholesale. Nobody else is selling at wholesale but me or them. So I get all the sales, and
Right.
then I'm doing all the optimization for the brands and stuff. Things
Yep.
that are in my wheelhouse, and the PPC possibly. Whatever it is. But it's a win-win for both.
Yep.
And
It's a great business model. You're describing what we said earlier, the proven product partnering. We train that. It's a module in the proven Amazon course. Yeah.
I think it's
It's
great.
such low hanging fruit. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I want to also point out that your guys' community is really the best one out there. I am so happy that I came across it, and I'm so lucky that one of the members, Cameron, just had asked me, because I hadn't even heard about the Proven Conference really. I hadn't heard a lot about it, or I didn't know what it was, and he asked me, and I was like, "Nah, I said, can I get in still?" And he's like, "I don't think so." And then I listened to the podcast, and you're like, "Oh, well, if you want to come for free or whatever, or just pay for," I was like, "Is it?" And that's when I posted in the group. I was like, "Is this real?"
Yeah.
Like, I'm there.
Yeah.
I told my wife, I'm like, I have to go. That's crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're very proud of that event, and we're in the process of trying to figure out what we're going to do in 2026 still right now. But yeah, so glad you could come experience it.
yeah. I'm already signed up for the new one too,
The
the virtual
virtual.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
August
I'm excited
15th and
about that.
16th, 2025, since you mentioned it. Yeah, theprovenconference.com has details. I'll stick a link in the show notes for that and a discount code too. That's only $7. We're just, hey, it's
Yeah, I
virtual.
know. It's
So,
crazy. Like the value you get for your dollar in
yeah,
this group is, I mean, you guys really are all about
yeah.
serving and giving back. And I even actually, I'll share another story with you. When I came back from the Proven Conference, I was talking about Nathan, your partner, Bailey. And I
Yeah.
was like, I think I'm going to make a lot of money with this guy someday. And I even messaged him that on Facebook, and I have a feeling we'll work together.
Yeah.
And I had people going, "Hey, that could be a scam," and this and that. And I'm like, listen, I'm like, these people are the farthest thing from a scam it could be. I'm like, all they want to do is help people, and I'm the same way. I want to help people too. Like,
Mhm.
I want to see everybody succeed. It'd be great if everybody could succeed.
But it's that rising tide philosophy. If we can help others succeed, it's just going to contribute so much new energy and excitement and new ideas and
Oh yeah,
strategies. Just people hearing you today, they could have heard me, they could hear me for hours and hours and hours talk about how great this community is. But they hear you, an outsider, hey, I discovered you guys a couple of years ago. Here's where I'm at
yeah,
now. That means a lot. So that's our best marketing, is to have people telling their stories, sharing from the heart what they've experienced. You haven't sugarcoated anything. You've mentioned there's challenges along
Mhm.
the way. It takes a lot of work,
Oh, absolutely.
right? There's real work here. But something I like to point out when people are like, oh, just another one of those internet business scams, like try to find anyone else who's lasted 25 years training e-commerce strategy. I'll wait. Try to find someone who's
Yeah, I
lasted
know.
5 years,
That's
right? It's a
true.
pretty short list. So
Right.
that should speak for itself. But and then I won't pile on, but this is the only podcast with hundreds of interviews with the successful students who follow the
Yeah,
training.
you guys, you have a lot. Yeah, you have a
We're
lot.
doing it. We're
And
doing
you
it the
guys,
right way, man.
again, oh, you are definitely doing it the right way. You
Yeah.
guys offer, like I said, so much value. It's amazing. And I couldn't be happier to be a part of the group. I really
Thank you.
couldn't.
Thank you for that. It means a lot, man. Well, Daniel, I got to wrap up, man. I got another appointment pounding up against my schedule right now, and you've given us a lot of your very valuable time. So I'm very grateful for that. Thanks, man.
Thank you. I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
buddy.
It was an
Well,
honor.
let me talk to the listeners for just a second who joined us today and give you guys a couple nuggets before we part ways. If you enjoyed what you heard today, maybe you're new to our podcast, I've got some really good news for you. If you just scroll back in time, I wasn't exaggerating when I said we have hundreds of interviews like this. We've got over 1,000 episodes of this show. The vast majority of them are interviews with successful, proven Amazon core students who have built a beautiful business. That's what we do here. That's what this podcast is, along with tips and strategies. Hey, if you're ready to get started and you want someone to hold your hand as you go through this journey, get over to provenamazoncourse.com. Super low cost per month. We're going to handhold and walk you right through the process, teach you the models that Daniel and I discussed today. Or if you want a one-on-one coach, we got that too. All those links are at silentjimdotcom or in the show notes where you can go see everything we talked about. Hey, Daniel, appreciate your time today, buddy. Tell your family I said hey, and thank them for loaning you to us. That was time well spent for me today, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jim. You as
Thank you,
well.
buddy. And God bless the business building warriors. We'll have another great show for you very soon. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us for today's show. One last thing before I let you go, I want to thank our sponsor for today's episode. It's our good friends at silentjim.com/buy or sell. That's right. They can help you buy a seasoned Amazon selling account, or if you've got an extra account, they can help you sell it. If you're done selling on Amazon, taking a break for a while, you've got an extra account, they can help you navigate the waters of selling a business associated with an Amazon seller account, making sure that you do it in accordance with Amazon's policies so that everyone's happy on both ends of the transaction well after the transaction occurs. They're true pros. They've helped hundreds of people in our community buy and sell accounts. The link again, silentjim.com/buy or sell. Talk to Aaron. Tell them that we sent you, and they'll give you the best possible deal. They love taking care of our listeners to this show. They're one of our great sponsors. Tell them we appreciate them when you talk to them. And thanks for joining us for today's episode. We'll have another great episode for you very soon.